Beards.
Beards.
What about what?
Beards.
Beards what?
Beards.
Beards what?
Beards are hot.
Beards are hot. Beards make you look sexy, gentlemen. We talked about it before. But they also make you look older. In a recent study done, they showed a bunch of spicy senorita, a bunch of pictures of dudes from clean shaven to fully bearded. And what they concluded is that a big, bold beard actually makes you look 8 to 10 years older. Today, it's all about beards, bitches. I'm talking about a few mistakes that you may be making that are actually making you look older than you should, even though beards in and of themselves do make you look older. One of those things that we're gonna talk about is actually a gray beard. Does a gray beard make you look older? Yes. Does dyeing it make you look younger? Possibly. And today I'm actually going to show you how to properly dye your beard to look like natural as opposed to like super black and obvious, which is actually one of the other mistakes that we're going to talk about in today's video, and that is dyeing your beard an unnatural shade of like jet blackness, all right? But the deal is, today I want to actually help you look as young as you possibly can rocking a beard, because a beard in and of itself does make a man look older. There was a study that we've talked about before that showed women different stages of hair growth on dudes, right? A bunch of pictures of a bunch of dudes from clean shaven to 10-day stubble to full big beard and everything in between. And as you know, the research shows that 10-day stubble is the length facial hair that women find the most attractive on men. But they also concluded that guys that had like big beards actually looked 8 to 10 years older than they actually are, which is a problem in my opinion. Number one is not edging it up, right? Now, why is this so important? All right, old dudes basically are notorious for just letting their facial hair like rock, in terms of like just grow any way it wants to grow, which typically means it's gonna grow high on the cheeks and it's gonna grow down low on the beard. Gentlemen, the first thing you need to do in order to not look like an old man with a beard is edge it up, right? On the cheeks, you gotta make sure it's not climbing up your face. In terms of the neck, this one we talk about often because this is one of the big mistakes that guys make. They let the beard grow down their neck or they carve it too high. Head straight, take your finger, boom. Shave below, leave above. That's it. Only option, don't ask again. The way that you edge and trim your beard is critical for you looking your best and not like an old geezer, all right? If your face is just like wild with hair, it makes it look like you don't care. When you're trimmed up, when you're edged up, it makes you look like you're respectable, you're responsible, and you're young, cool, and relevant. The second big mistake that's making you look older with a beard is a huge beard, a big beard, a wide beard, a wild beard. Research has shown that the bigger the beard, the older you look. And so what I'd recommend is keep it trimmed, keep it edged, keep it maintained. All right, now I've talked about this a bunch in terms of the most attractive facial hairstyle, which is basically like 10-day stubble. So in terms of the length, what is 10-day stubble? It's basically 5 millimeters, all right? The way that you're gonna do that, if you want 10-day stubble, is get your Brio Beardscape, which I'll link to down below because this tool is the best. All right, you're gonna pop on your 3 millimeter attachment and then you're gonna drop the micro adjustments all the way down. When you drop it all the way down, that basically is 4.9 in terms of the length, all right? And so what that looks like is this, all right? I'm just gonna do it here, all right? Boom. Guys, if you don't have a Brio Beardscape, you are totally missing out. Once you upgrade the quality of the tool that you're using, you're gonna have a better looking beard. And with the Brio Beardscape, it is the best tool on the market. I've got that link down below. It comes with a bunch of different attachments. It's got a cool charging port. It also has a titanium rake and a ceramic blade. It also comes with micro adjustments, which means you've got the ultimate in control and making sure that your beard always looks amazing. Guys, I'm gonna link down below to the Brio Beardscape 2.0. Like I said, right now they've got an incredible deal for you. For those of you who go through my special link, and while supplies last, you're also gonna get the Zero Blade for free. The Zero Blade is a $25 value. They're giving it away for free, all right? It's metal, it's black, it's sexy. Way that you use it, guys, all you're gonna do is pop off your regular head and then take your Zero Blade and simply pop it on your Brio, right? Just like that. And then what I'm gonna do is actually come in and edge up my face. The thing about the Zero Blade, it takes it literally skin bald. Look at that. It literally takes it skin bald. So if you're somebody that suffers from like ingrown hairs, razor burn and bumps, the Zero Blade, you pop that on, it looks like it's down to the skin, but it's not gonna take it below the skin, which is gonna prevent the irritation, the bumps, and the ingrown hairs from actually happening. It's also the perfect body grooming tool. I use this on every part of my body. My Brio Beardscape knows my body better than my wife because literally it's been in every nook and cranny and it never disappoints. Guys, if you want the best grooming experience that you've ever had, you gotta hit that link down below. Check out the Brio Beardscape. It is the best tool on the market. And like I said, right now, for a limited time, for those of you who go through my special link, this is the only place you can get this deal. You're gonna get the Zero Blade for free while supplies last, because unfortunately they do sell out. So if you wait, don't be mad and don't be emailing me if I missed the Zero. Don't wait. I'm telling you, now is the time. This is 10-day stubble. Now, one of the problems with having a really short beard is if you're patchy, it's gonna exacerbate it. You're gonna see the patchiness a little bit more. And so if you are somebody that does have a lot of patchy areas, maybe you just let that beard grow a little bit longer and maybe train that beard to lay and cover some of the patchy areas. But one of the other issues is gray hair, right? As you can see, I am getting significantly gray. Now, one of the other problems with gray is that, yeah, it makes you look older, but it also looks patchier, right? My beard doesn't look as thick as it used to because of the gray in the beard. Now, why does your hair gray on your face typically faster than the hair on your head? And really, it's genetic. One of the other things that happens is your facial hair grows at twice the speed of the hair on your head, which means the life cycle of that hair is a lot shorter. And so what happens is your body is basically programmed to send signals to the hair to produce melanin. Melanin is the substance that actually gives hair and your skin its color. And at a certain point, your body sends a message to the hair like, yo, stop it, I'm good, no more melanin for you. And the more gray you have in your beard, the older you're looking, right? And the longer that beard, right, the more gray it's going to look. Typically what's gonna happen is if you take that beard that's gray shorter, it's gonna look still a little bit better and more youthful. But if you wanna take it to that next level and actually cover some of the gray, I wanna show you how I do it. Because one of the things that makes you look old and bad is dyeing that hair like super jet black. Everybody's seen the dude, right, or the celebrity that goes like jet black with his like hair and his facial hair, and it looks super unnatural and just not good, and actually makes you look older and like you're trying to hang on to your youth. All right, so the first thing you should do when it comes to dyeing your beard is look for something or a color that's very similar to your shade. So what I would recommend is look for a hair color that's actually very, very similar to your color, all right, in terms of facial hair. Now, the other reality is that facial hair is kind of weird, right? It's got a lot of different colors typically. It might have red, it might have blonde, it might have some gray, or it definitely is gray if you're getting a little bit older. But facial hair is not like a universal color as much as the hair on your head. So having a little variation is fine. And so what I recommend for guys is go with a lighter shade as opposed to a darker shade when it comes to your beard color, all right? When you go super dark, that's when it looks pretty weird. Mix it up and get your applicator tool. Now, here's where the magic kind of happens, all right? So instead of going like completely like crazy and covering everything, what I do is focus on the areas that are gray, all right? Instead of doing like everything, I wanna leave it a little bit more natural, all right? So I'm gonna come up there. I like to try to make it look a little bit more natural so I don't go and try and cover like every single gray hair. All right. Right about there. Remember, you can always come back and add more a little bit later if it doesn't cover enough or you want to add more color to your beard. But for me, it's about less is more and covering some of the gray, not all the gray. All right, so once I apply it, then check it out, right? It says to leave it on for about 7 minutes. Now, another tip that I'd like to give you is instead of leaving it on like the full time, what I do is basically take like 2 to 3 minutes off. So instead of 7, I'm only gonna leave mine on for about 4. Now, as you can see, the beard dye is starting to work, right? The one thing you gotta know is don't freak out. When you start to dye your beard, it's not going to be this dark when it's done. All right, because I'm only gonna leave it on for about 4 minutes, it's going to look a lot more natural. It's gonna tone down the gray without making it like super jet black. And so I'm gonna chill for 4 minutes, I'm gonna rinse, and we'll be back. And Check it out. What do you think? Not bad, right? A lot less gray without being too dark, too black. Look, if you get close, you can still see I've got gray in there. It's not all covered, which makes it look a lot less obvious that I colored my beard. Also, a lot more natural, which is something that you should do if you're looking to look young and not old or obvious about covering the gray. And then after you color, after you groom, you also gotta moisturize. Now for me, I use the same moisturizer for my face as I do on my beard and the skin underneath of my beard. Guys, you gotta get into the habit of moisturizing the skin underneath for a few reasons. Number one, if you ever want to shave your beard to look like 10 years younger, you want the skin to be soft, sexy, and healthy. All right, the other thing is the skin underneath your beard tends to get a little bit dry, and when it gets dry, it gets flaky. And if you're somebody that likes to wear dark colors or black, there's nothing less sexy than seeing a bunch of like chin flakes or dandruff on your shirt. And so you got to get into the habit of conditioning not only your beard, but the skin underneath it. Another thing that I'd recommend is in the shower, all right, shampoo your beard, but also condition it. Right? Just like you do with the hair on your head, shampooing and conditioning your hair on your face is also another pro tip. Your skin is gonna feel better, your hair is gonna look better, and your beard is gonna look sexy. Gentlemen, remember, beards are sexy, but they also make you look older. And if you make any of these mistakes, they make you look extra, extra, extra old.